Greetings, my human friends. This is Rudolph, the tall white alien, speaking to you. Today I would like to give you a simple outline of the technique of time travel. Certainly, in a few hundred years, the human mind will be ready to find a technology to do it on their own. Until then, I have to give you only a few very simple examples, and on these examples you can build up your knowledge and get a general idea how it happens. In some of my videos I spoke of the looming pole shift, and I also told you about my future, not the future of Rudolph of Germany, but say my human form, which is lent by me by Carl. And I have made other future predictions. A few months back, when Donald Trump and Mrs. Clinton were battling for the presidency of the United States, of course I went onto the side of Donald Trump, knowing the outcome of the election. I gave you several other predictions, and you may wonder and think, well, does this guy really know what's going on? And how? How can anybody look into the past or into the future? Well, let me tell you how. Just imagine you have an enormously powerful telescope which can go and look at already extinct stars, which are not even existing anymore for many millions of years, but the light from these already non-existing stars is traveling through space with such a speed that it even then takes millions of years to reach planet Earth and your eye. Let's say this enormously strong telescope you look through and you follow backwards the beam of light all the way to one particular star, which a long time is extinct. And this star has a certain life form on it, which may even resemble the life of humans on Earth. There are villages, there are cities, there are means of transportation you can look into with this enormously powerful telescope. Look into the windows of the houses, you can observe the people on the street. You can see their animals, their parks, you can see how in hospitals children are born and people are dying. All of this you can do with this unbelievably powerful telescope. You look into it every day for several hours. And you observing life, how it unfolds, and you watch it for years and years and years. All of a sudden you feel immersed in the life on this planet. You are getting familiar with families and individuals and situations, how they occur. But you have to keep in mind, all of this has happened millions of years ago, and you are a witness involved into the life on this planet, which does not exist anymore. So, this is the simple form of time travel, if you have the technical means to do so. But what happens if the people on this planet would have a telescope looking at us? What would they see? And this is the point. If you would have a telescope of this nature, which is so powerful, and you can increase the speed of light, of the beam you see, not the beam of the planet reaching us, but us looking at them and them looking at us back. Then there you have the crossing of two time zones, so to speak. And if this technique is brought to a point which I cannot explain to you yet, then you have a back and forth situation of two realities which have existed and exist in the now and in the future. You cross both, and if you have the abilities, the intellectual abilities, you can see deeply into the past and deeply into the future and assess the situations which will come out. We, the tall white aliens, do have the opportunity and possibilities technically to look through our technical means from our home planet to planet Earth, for example, and many other ones. And because of that, we can predict, we can first of all see what the present is, we can see what the past was, and we can see what the future will be. And because of all of this, we are able, through our subliminal means, to influence the minds of some of the population of planet Earth and give them information about what happened in the past and what will happen in the future, and direct these people accordingly to influence the outcome of certain affairs. Exactly that has happened when I told you long before the elections that we, the tall white aliens, and particularly myself in my duty, have influenced the outcome of the election. But certainly, we cannot always do so. We cannot always influence the outcome of a certain planet's population, of the events of the certain planet's population, and influence the future of it. This must unfold as nature has directed it. We are not the ones who solve all the problems on all kinds of different inhabited planets and save their populations. The telescope we have on our planet, which is not of material means, but of a pure psychological technology, is aimed, for example, at planet Earth. There we have built the pyramids, which are nothing but huge mirrors to reflect information back. And this back and forth at thousands of times of the light, of the speed of light, brings us in a constant, instant connection with all the affairs on planet Earth, and gives us the opportunity at the same time electromagnetically influence the minds of chosen people on this planet, which will have the ability to see the past, the future, and get information how to deal with the here and now. So just remember, if you would have such a powerful telescope and look at the night sky and just pinpoint one particular planet, you could basically look all your life through this telescope and watch and partake basically mentally in the life of people and see how their lives unfold year after year after year. And if you're not always keeping it in your mind, you would forget that whatever you are seeing and whatever time you spend, and it might be 8 or 10 hours of your own here and now life on planet Earth, if you would not realize it, you would be immersed in the life of people, how it unfolds, life. You would immense on this life of people who are dead already 10 million years. This would be the most simplest form of time travel back. And true, for example, when we only refer to planet Earth, the building of the pyramid mirrors, that would be the way to reflecting back and forth, and with this technology being able to travel back and forth in time. Your Rudolf of Germany.